Welcome to Real Estate Profits with Purpose. I'm your host, Ian Boshoff. We've got a full house here today with my co-host, Jessica Couch.
Hello.
And our special guest, Kimberly Tony Shepherd from the Shepherd Group.
Hi.
Hello.
How y'all doing this today?
Doing well.
Fantastic. Just a quick brief about my background. Been in the loan and real estate business for 25 years. We have a full-service brokerage, and we do all types of financing. Jessica, do you want to give your background real quick?
Got licensed when I was a baby child back in 1999, and I loved what service was provided to me with a one-stop shop like we provide here, and I'm really enjoying having that strategy with Ian. Call him Mr. Strategy. We get on the phone and just handle all of the things from best product to loan to getting you into a house.
Handling it. Love it. Kim and Tony, I'm assuming we'll start with Kim. Tell us about your background, how you got on the business.
So about 6 years ago, I got licensed because I was pushed by Tony. Basically, I was in the loan side with Long Beach Mortgage for a while.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know. You would never know.
Well, no, that's really helpful. Yes, that you have a loan background. No wonder you're good at this game.
Thanks. And then I just got licensed 6 years ago, and we kind of just hit the ground running.
Awesome. And running they do.
Yeah.
Mr. Tony, I love your little story about your background, how you got into the game. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, a good friend of mine started in the mortgage industry and was doing very well. And I was out running territory sales in the grocery industry and said, you'd be great at this. So started handing out cards and getting deals back in 2005 when
Nice.
doing loans, you didn't have to really be an expert. And so the owner of the company at the time thought it'd be a great idea to bring me in as a processor.
Got it.
So,
It's a hard job.
Learned the entire industry from the inside out. That was my boot camp to this industry.
That's awesome. Well, these guys know how to sell houses. Jessica knows how to get in contract. We've got an awesome team here today. Just a little bit about our company. Thanks for sharing, guys. I appreciate it. We are a mortgage and real estate brokerage providing a streamlined white glove service approach with each client, ranging from first-time home buyers, homeowners, and new real estate investors emerging into the housing market. And when you work with us, we donate 10% of our profits to Sweet Dreams Foundation. So anything derived from the radio show or anything related to this show, we donate to that cause. So thank you for the listeners who have donated and listened to the show. And give us a call or a text during or after the show to 916-872-7177 or log on to promortgagerealty.com. And our topic for the day is going to be a great topic. And a lot of people want to know this, and I always do. But how to sell your home fast. And what does everyone else always want? For top dollar, right?
Yes.
They want their cake and they want to eat it too, I guess. So how do you sell your home fast in this market, and how to get top dollar? I'll start with a question for you, Tony. We look at these important questions, and when you're going into asking a homeowner, what's the deal? What do you go through? Do you ask a question like, what's the purpose of this, or tell me your game plan?
Oh, absolutely. I need to know the seller's goals first.
Yeah.
That's the starting point. They could be a contingent seller that is purchasing, different strategy and protections.
Yeah.
Need to know their story first.
Right. And, we always need to know why. Why
The
you're
why.
selling, the why behind the why. Relocation, there could be loss of job, death of a loved one, unfortunately, a move up buyer too. We see a lot of that. And sometimes, with the $3 trillion in credit card debt, people need to just stop the bleeding and cash out and pay off all their debt. So, Jessica, I know you've got a lot of people that are move up buyers. I know some of them haven't even sold their house yet.
Yeah, some of them we've just been able to help them rent it out and then be able to move up that way. So we didn't have to sell their home right now in this last quarter of the market. It really depends on what the motivation is, so that we know how to price it and how much they're going to do to get it ready. Yeah. Are we going on market as is? Or are you going to do $30,000 of work? And if so, this is very common. What's our timeline? And then what are we going to gain on the other side? That's a really important conversation to have up front, so we all know where we stand.
Yeah. What's your purpose?
Yes.
My dad always asked me that question. I don't know, but it's got to be something great. That's one thing we've got. Why are you selling, right? Relocation, loss of job. We see a lot of that. People moving out of California, trying to get improving their quality of life. Some people are troopers like us, and we stay in California. We still love California regardless of the things that we see sometimes. But that's a really good point to come across and have a purpose here. The other thing that I want to bring up, and I know you've probably seen some issues with this, and I'm going to direct this to Kim of the Shepherd Group. Kimberly, sorry, that's more proper, I should say. The issues on title, do we need to know who owns the home? And, tell us some situations you've had where they weren't forthright up front. Has there been any?
I mean, yes, you definitely need to know who owns the home. That's why getting it pre-opened with escrow to get the prelim is going to be the best thing for you. So you can just see it all laid out. If there's any liens, there's anything that we need to know up front.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely needing to know who owns the property.
Yeah.
And you could deal with somebody who you can't find.
Right.
And you have an issue.
That happens a lot. With the divorced couple that isn't officially divorced, they're still married. Right. Have you run into that, Tony?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Also incarcerated.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Love it.
So what did you have to do with the incarceration?
Get appointments.
Get
appointments, which was pulling teeth.
To have them sign the interspousal transfer deed?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if those that don't know interspousal transfer deed, if you are married and there's only one person trying to sell or buy the property, and if you're technically still legally married in California because it's a community property state, you've got to sign an interspousal transfer deed. So you can't sell the property behind your ex-loved ones or current loved ones or using loved ones back, right?
Correct.
Right. You have any fun stories, Jessica, on this?
I would say what comes up most often, although divorce is among one of the top reasons, or moving out of the state, is where, aunt, uncle, mom, dad passed. And now we have, there could be a cloud on title. So making sure if this property is in a trust, that it was vested properly, that we know where that money's going into, that the person selling also has a trust set up, or they're coming into $250,000, which is the max you can collect without having a tax consequence. I always encourage them to talk to their CPA, but I think it's having these conversations up front so they know what they're walking into. We know what their options are. We can direct them with the right professionals to make sure that they have the right guidance in that.
Yeah. Trust is a very important aspect of real estate. If you have a family, heirs, the trust is going to stop all the fightings in courts. It's going to stop all the fighting when you do pass, if you do pass, because you don't know how many times we've seen this where the siblings fight over everything. And immediately, if there is no will or trust, what happens is the process, it has to go into probate. And that goes into the courts. The courts are going to decide what happens to that property. And time and time again, what does this usually mean when there's courts involved and attorneys involved?
Minimum 10%, a timeline that you do not have any control over. It's close to a year right now in this area. And I have a family going through this right now. Mom bought a condo for like $500,000. It's worth 1.5, and no one is getting anything because they're fighting about it, and there's no probate open. So sad when I see that happen. So much money lost.
That's a rough one.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to talk one more thing. I think we kind of got into this in the first part of this. Number one question was, what's your plan after you sell, right? You were mentioning this earlier, Tony, say, what's your goal? What's your plan? Well, there's quite, are you going to be taking your equity? Are you going to be splitting it up, paying off debt? And how often do you see people roll their entire proceeds into a new purchase, in-state, or what's the process with that?
Mostly out of state. Over recent years, and it's a big undertaking for a seller. Oftentimes they're going to an area where they don't have connections with agents. We're able to help them transition from their current home and set them up with someone within our network wherever they're going. We're connected coast to coast, and so we really try to help transition, even it's outside of our normal job responsibility. but we try to make sure the landing is also soft on the other side.
That's nice. Lots of pillows.
You have to have them.
Everyone's going to Tennessee, Arizona, Idaho, Florida, South Carolina.
Yeah, Carolinas are.
Yeah, I think I was licensed in like 17 states, but then just renewing my license in each state got daunting. So, and expensive too. So, but those are that's a good point. You know, what is your plan after state? If you're looking to sell and move out of state, how do they get a hold of you, Kim and Tony? What is the phone number? Best phone number?
You can reach either one of us at any time. My personal number, 916-410-4455.
That's 916-410-4455.
4455.
God, I have a short-term
That's a catchy
memory.
number.
Yeah, that's a good number. I like that number. Coming up after the break, we'll continue discussing how to sell a home fast. I got a question for everyone out there, and we'll answer it. In 2023, what city in California is ranked number 1 for the best place to live? We'll be back after this.
Sweet Dreams Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit whose mission is to glorify God by spreading peace, hope, and love to families with medically fragile babies and children. They offer dream bedrooms to children battling life-threatening illnesses, and their Ruse Baby program creates an atmosphere that will lift the spirit of the child, where they can laugh, play, and let their inner light shine. To learn more about the Sweet Dreams Foundation, visit sweet-dreams.org. When you work with Pro Mortgage and Realty, you're supporting the Sweet Dreams Foundation. Partner with Pro Mortgage and Realty today to buy or sell a home and help support the Sweet Dreams Foundation to help more children in our communities. Call or text Jessica Couch of Pro Mortgage and Realty today at 916-532-8916. That's 916-532-8916, or visit promortgagerealty.com. Work with the pros. Pro Mortgage and Realty. NMLS number 351319 and DRE number 0174567.
Hi, I'm Ian Boshoff, CEO of Pro Mortgage and Realty. At Pro Mortgage and Realty, we've streamlined the home buying process, providing you the fast mortgage pre-approval and top-performing real estate agents that will negotiate the best price for you, all under one roof. If you call or text to 916-872-7177, that's 916-872-7177, we'll help with those out-of-pocket expenses like home inspection, appraisal, and closing costs. We make it easy. From down payment assistance programs, no income qualifying loans to conventional FHA and VA loans, we have you covered. We'll help you find the right financing program and the right home. Be sure to ask about our temporary buy-down program that's negotiated towards your interest rate and can end up saving you thousands. Work with a team that's with you every step of the way. Work with the pros, Pro Mortgage and Realty. Call 916-872-7177 or visit promortgagerealty.com.
NMLS number 351319, DRE number 0174567.
Welcome back to Real Estate Profits with Purpose. I'm your host, Ian Boshoff, here with a full house. We got Jessica Couch, Kim, and Tony Shepherd. How's everyone doing?
Pumped.
Doing great.
Pumped.
Great.
I love it. I love it. So before the break, we asked a question, and that is in 2023, which is this year, right?
Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome. You're welcome. What city in California is ranked number 1 for the best place to live? Does anyone here want to guess?
Well, I would cheat because I looked it up.
Oh, I'm going to
that's
guess Folsom.
messed
I didn't
up.
check it.
Folsom, Roseville, Rockland.
Yeah.
Folsom, Roseville, Rockland. Well,
Tony gets 3 guesses.
whatever,
What?
guys.
I mean,
You guys are killing me here. Now, I can't surprise anybody. Okay, well, yeah. So we have number 1 is Sacramento.
Dang.
So we have, it's a population is 525,000, medium home price $614,925, and estimated monthly expenses are $8,000. So that is quite an interesting situation there. Sacramento, I can kind of consider Roseville and Placer County more Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but believe it or not, guess what was number? I'm going to go with this. This is number 10. Guess what number 10 was?
In California?
Yeah. I bet you didn't look that up, did you?
no.
No.
I'm going to...
That's okay if you get it wrong.
Fremont.
There's a lot of cities in California.
A lot.
Yeah. It
Except
is
in Bay Area.
Bakersfield.
Wow.
Yep, Bakersfield. Yeah, number 9 was Fresno.
Interesting.
Number 8, Modesto.
Oh,
Modesto's still hot.
7, Oxnard. 6, Vallejo. 5, San Jose. And 4, LA. I don't know about that one. Number 3 is San Francisco. And number 2, San Diego.
We're going to have to use that number for Vallejo in our marketing for the Vallejo listing coming up. Yeah.
Okay.
What did we rank? Number 5? Number 5?
Yeah. Vallejo is, San Jose is number 5. Vallejo is number 6.
Okay. Number 6 it is.
All right. Yeah, we got a lot of listings coming up, too, so you don't want to miss this. Anyway, we've been talking about how to sell your home for fast and for top dollar. The main things that you were talking about is people were moving out of state, Tony. There's a couple of situations where I ran into sellers not wanting to put their house on the market until they've gotten in contract on another property. Is that on planet Earth? Does that exist?
So common.
Yeah.
It has maybe happened 3 times.
3 times?
In my career where someone did not have their home on the market and another seller accepted their offer.
Yeah.
Contingent upon, you can't line up any timelines.
Right.
And so not very common.
Yeah.
Well, the fear is common.
The fear is definitely common.
Yeah. Well, Jessica, with this, we've done this a lot, and the best way to do this is protection through contracts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And contingencies
Yep.
associated to those. So tell me about how you write a contract up when someone has that fear of not wanting to list their home until they get in contract on a property.
Oh, I write the contract to say we're going to be on the market within 72 hours, and then we need 7 days to get into contract. So they know it's go time. Like the second we get a contract accepted, your house has to be ready to rock and roll, on the market, open house immediately. Like we're not wasting any time.
Right.
And then we have a week to make it happen. So I've really got my neck on the line to, cover a lot of the things we're talking about next, with covering all of your inspections, getting, if we need an upfront appraisal. Some properties that aren't track homes, we do need that with. So there's a lot of work that goes into cleaning, staging, inspections, appraisal, a ton of marketing, open houses to get your house ready for top dollar.
Yeah. And if your house is already on the market, then you have a better chance of getting in contract on the house you're trying to buy. Mm-hmm. And that makes it a lot easier. And even if you're in contract, you can accept that offer with the contingency of you being able to locate and get in contract on another property.
Yeah.
So you're fully protected. You're not forced to move out of your home. And these are key things that you need to discuss with an agent. And then here's another thing is why use an agent or a team instead of a for sale by owner. And who wants to start? Who wants to take this on?
I mean, that just kind of explains itself. I mean, you have all of these protections and these contingencies in place. And if you're for sale by owner, you're not going to know the first thing on how to protect yourself and get you in that right position.
Yeah.
And what about the marketing piece of this? I mean, we not only subscribe to MLS, which is, there are agents out there that believe that's all you do. And I think Kimberly and Tony could speak to it's not. Like, we do a million other things.
Right.
We're on all of these additional platforms. A ton of additional marketing goes in and some proprietary secrets to bring a crowd. Like, we are really doing the most. And as a for sale by owner, you don't have that ability. You don't have the know-how. I wouldn't try to do my taxes to save a buck. Like, I use a CPA. I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
I am using a CPA, a professional, to do that for me. And I feel very strongly about this. You are in contract land. And if you don't know contract land, have a professional handle this for you.
That's a good point.
Yeah, typically they're trying to attempt that to save money.
Sure. Well, and the bottom line is,
commissions.
are you saving any money
They're
on
not.
this? If you're not getting top dollar and you don't know what contract land looks like, you're really opening yourself wide up to a plethora of things that I couldn't even give you in a quick spiel that you could run into.
Yeah, you're eliminating essentially all the competition that is out there.
Yeah.
Primarily the buyers out there that are serious about buying are already working with an agent.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That agent, that buyer are not even seeing that listing.
Right.
So you don't have the opportunity to create the competition to therefore grow the seller's net bottom line.
Right. And that's what people look at. They look at, I'm going to save money on the real estate commission. What you're not looking at is you're exposing yourself to liability of any issues on the property that weren't disclosed correctly. And that could be a lawsuit, which would cost probably 3 to 4 times what you would be spending on real estate commissions, and that's just one
That's
piece.
just one problem.
That's just one out of
One
10.
piece.
And I'm not just saying that because, we want the business, but if you're honestly looking into listing a property on your own, you're going to be sticking a for sale sign, putting it on Craigslist or whatever. You're going to get a lot of scammers, get a lot of people that are trying to swindle you. You're not protected. And we do this every day. Just like you brush your teeth every day, we do loans and real estate every day. So you definitely want to call us and be sure that you really think about that before you go down that path. And I guess this kind of leads to another piece that there's those companies, and I don't want to bounce around a little bit, but their 12th item is why use a brokerage versus an Opendoor or Redfin. I know Opendoor's been sued by a lot of lawsuits. What's your experience, Kim and Tony, on Opendoor?
So Opendoor is very difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
You don't really have a direct contact that you can speak with. They're very hard to just get a hold of. And a lot of them are as is.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult to negotiate any credits if you find something wrong with the property. I mean, luckily we closed them, but they're just really difficult to deal with.
Yeah. The availability is hard. I mean, Opendoor, if those that don't know, is basically there's no agent involved. It's just attorneys. I don't want to call them agents. Jessica,
no, I've had some
elaborate.
experiences with this same thing, but I have been able to get a hold of them. I've got a contact or two, and I just blow them up until I get an answer. And we are getting credits, and we are getting all of these things, and we need the locks changed immediately. Like having an open door policy where anybody can come in, you are opening yourself and now my buyer up into a lot of liability for this house that's now open to the public.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I make them change.
That's scary.
But on the selling side, if you're going to sell your house, they come in with this opportunity, not just these companies, but several of them with, you're not going to pay any fees. You're paying fees. It's all in the small print.
Yeah.
You're paying a fee. So you're not exempt from this highest fee possible that you could use an agent for, which we offer better deals than that, number one. So I think it's going through the line item.
Right.
And if you have someone going through that with you, it's like with the loans, it's really easy to sneak stuff in. This is a different language. You need somebody that speaks the language to break it down.
Yeah.
And if you're getting a lot of small print without a breakdown, red flag.
Yeah, you're
They
going
also don't do open houses, which is a huge part of marketing.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pricing can
Absolutely.
be off.
Yeah.
Price, presentation, marketing, the three key pieces.
Yeah.
Those are
They're
really good
missed.
key pieces. Yes,
They're
you're
missed.
absolutely right.
That's what sells.
Yeah.
We do.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Well, so Redfin, I think I'll be quick on Redfin. I'm not here to bag any companies, but Redfin, you're getting a 9-to-5 agent, and if you want to go see a property, they get paid a salary, and so they get paid really small in their commission, but they're a salary-based agent, so you're going to get salary-based work. Where everyone here is we pay for the gas, we pay for a lot of things, and I know Jessica, I want to elaborate on this, and this is a Shepherd Group does some of this stuff too, but you've really kind of cornered the market in how you help your sellers and what things they've got to pay for. Can you elaborate on the things that you kind of help out with on the sellers if they don't have any money and they're concerned, gee, how do I list this home if I got $30,000 that I don't have $30,000 to fix my house.
Yeah. Well, we want to do all the inspections so we know what that cost is. It's important getting all of those things done. We open escrow ahead of time, get a prelim, and it's all the marketing. So it's cleaning, staging, inspections, often small repairs,
I'm
and
tired.
then a list of all of the things, which, I know you guys can speak to this too. It's not a once and done. Like I've been at a property for 3 days getting it ready. Some of these properties need an estate sale ahead of time. We're doing all of those things to get it ready to market without a dime out of our client's pocket. So I think that's a real advantage. I know there's a lot of there are average folks out there that would be happy to list your property for 6% and you pay for everything, and that's not what we're about here.
Yeah.
Like we're really big on giving back.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give all of our proprietary secrets, but if you're interested, you can call directly and we can have that conversation.
How do they get a hold of you, Jessica?
916-532-8916.
Got it. Anything else to add on there?
Yeah, not only that, with
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I lost my train.
No, there was a microphone issue. They're trying to share a microphone, and so
you guys are doing a good
they
job
are
of
doing a
sharing
good
over
job.
there.
We'll get there.
But that's just one of the things. Opendoor, there's some shortcuts. Anytime there's a shortcut involved, there's red tape involved. So we want to skip that and want to make sure you have a good experience. And so the other thing too that I want to add on is number 11. There's a lot of damage to the house. Let's say, a ton of damage. Like, we're talking 40, 50 grand in damage.
I thought you were going to say 40 or 50 cats.
I've had.
Did you have that house? Did you list that recently?
13, and I kept one of them. Stupid little cat. It's so cute. It follows me all over the place. I love this little kitty, and I didn't think I would, but we're coming up on a break. I want to talk about how you can renovate your home before you sell without spending a dime. We've partnered up with a great company. We've got another question for you before the break, and that is going to be, how long do you have to wait to avoid to pay capital gains?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, we'll be back after this.
If you or a family member are in the process of buying a home, then you'll want to hear this. Pro Mortgage and Realty has streamlined the home buying process, providing you with mortgage pre-approval and a top-performing real estate agent all under one roof. And if you call or text within the next 10 minutes to 916-872-7177, that's 916-872-7177, they will cover your closing costs. Pro Mortgage and Realty makes it easy. They will negotiate the best deals and save you thousands by using one company. From down payment assistance programs, DSCR loans, FHA and VA loans, and more. They cover all aspects of mortgage and real estate, from finding you the right finance programs to finding you the right home. Work with a company that can be with you throughout the whole home buying process. Call 916-872-7177 or visit ProMortgageRealty.com for more information. Work with the pros. Pro Mortgage and Realty. NMLS number 315319 and DRE number 017456667.
Hi, I'm Ian Boshoff, CEO of Pro Mortgage and Realty. At Pro Mortgage and Realty, we've streamlined the home buying process, providing you the fast mortgage pre-approval and top-performing real estate agents that will negotiate the best price for you, all under one roof. If you call or text to 916-872-7177, that's 916-872-7177, we'll help with those out-of-pocket expenses like home inspection, appraisal, and closing costs. We make it easy. From down payment assistance programs, no income qualifying loans to conventional FHA and VA loans, we have you covered. We'll help you find the right financing program and the right home. Be sure to ask about our temporary buy-down program that's negotiated towards your interest rate and can end up saving you thousands. Work with a team that's with you every step of the way. Work with the pros, Pro Mortgage and Realty. Call 916-872-7177 or visit ProMortgageRealty.com.
NMLS number 351319, DRE number 017456667.
Welcome back to Real Estate Profits with Purpose. I'm your host, Ian Boshoff, here with Jessica Couch and the Shepherd Group. These guys are awesome. Both are some of the best agents in the area, and we're really blessed to have them here today. We've been talking about how to sell your home fast and how to get top dollar. And we were asking everyone is how do you avoid capital gain? And the question, how long do you have to wait to avoid paying capital gains? Would you guys like to answer it, Tony?
I'll give it a shot.
All right. You probably researched this before or something like that. I don't know.
Not really. Just my understanding, you have to live in your home 2 out of the last 5 years.
That's right. That's right.
To avoid capital gains tax.
And what is capital gains? Can you elaborate that too, or no?
It's a way for the government to take
your
money.
money.
Yeah.
If you're making money, they are going to get a piece of it.
Absolutely.
Just plain and simple.
Yeah. And what is our goal? Is to avoid
Keep your
having the
money.
government taking
We are
your
going to
money.
help you keep
in
your
your
money.
account.
Yes.
That's right. Well, it's some states don't have it, and And if you sell your home, you may be eligible for a special exclusion on capital gain portion. These exclusion limits allows you to exclude up to $250,000 of gain on your taxes, up to $500,000 if you're married and filing jointly as taxpayers. So it's really important to cover these details before you sell your house, or talk to an experienced realtor that understands your situation. Because if you're trying to sell this house a year and a half into this, you may need to wait. And it could save you, I mean, you're talking 13 to 15% depending, and it could really impact your net flow of cash, because all of a sudden you're going to get hit with the big tax bill. Got to pay your friend the IRS, and it'll come from nowhere. So I've seen it a lot. I've seen it happen a lot. So very important to know. And to avoid that capital gain, it's very important. So the reason why we're bringing this up is because people want to sell their home fast. Why? Sometimes people bit off more than they can chew. They got into the hustle and the hype of getting into a home, but they didn't figure out and try to make their payment comfortable. They just wanted the home because it's an emotional process. You get your emotion side involved. Then it's just sometimes an ego-driven war between the other buyer because you just want to win. And I've seen it time and time again where people are overpaying for property, and when is enough? So we hope to do that when we're trying to sell your home, but when you're on the buying side, it can bite you in the rear end, and we don't want you to overpay for a property. So the one thing that I wanted to cover too is on the properties is how to sell your home fast. What are the best aesthetic improvements that can be done to sell your home fast? You got like 2 or 3 that you want to name, Jessica, and then I'll lead on to you guys.
I will tell you one of the houses we listed recently. We went on at a great number and had 8 offers on it, but the home had some roof damage prior to the new roof going on. We had some water staining. So we had all of that taken care of, a fresh coat of paint where those areas were affected, had the carpets cleaned. I mean, this was like, I don't know, maybe we spent $1,800 or something.
Wow.
It was paid at the close of escrow. And we had the whole house staged. And man, we listed it as cosmetic fixes, and people walked in and said, oh my gosh, this house looks amazing. And it did, because we did enough work to make it look amazing with $2,000. We had all of our inspections done, but we had 8 offers. We went $20,000 over asking.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
What are some tricks that you guys? I know you had you sent me a picture, Tony, and it was painting tile on a roof.
Tile roof.
Painting it.
A painted tile roof.
Is that like a
What
terracotta?
color was it painted?
It is a flat,
Oh, wow.
flat concrete
Flat concrete roof.
tile.
So it's old, weathered, oxidized, kind of,
Been up there, sun beaten, weather beaten since '96.
96.
Yeah.
And yeah, he sent me a picture of this, and it looked good. It was good. Tell me about what they did. How did you get into that?
It was quite the process. Our painter had asked me if I wanted to paint the roof. I said, "What are you talking about? I hadn't seen this before."
Yeah.
And he said, "It's becoming popular." And buddy, I sell homes for a living. I've never seen it. So we sent pictures. It brought our house out of the 90s into today.
Wow.
It changed the entire look of our house.
Awesome. Oh, that's your house.
That's our house.
Oh, dang. I didn't know that.
We need some pictures of this. How do they get that text? This might be a good way to list your property. If you have a weather-beaten roof that's going to date the age of your house and you're going to have the exterior painted, why not consider the roof?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I think paint is the most inexpensive way to clean up, and a little bit of landscaping. But there's also those homes that the cleaning, the paint, and the landscaping, and that stuff goes a long way.
Yeah.
And decluttering too, because holy hoarders. I know you've seen a lot of
That
fun
is
stories.
Jim's pet peeve.
Yeah.
Less is more.
Yeah. No lawn gnomes. How many lawn gnomes? What's the max?
Oh my gosh. None.
One?
No.
None?
No.
None.
None.
Creepy.
You heard it here, guys.
They're a little
Clean
creepy.
and simple.
Yeah. How about pictures of family? I know some people like them, but I mean, is there too many pictures of families? I mean, or do you want to take those off? Take them off?
We always
I
ask
think
to
declutter,
yeah.
depersonalize.
Yeah.
Especially, you don't want those pictures of your family out in the public. We put them, on the MLS, and you don't want people to see that.
Got it. Okay, good. All right, so we have the aesthetics. I'd like to talk about a company that we partnered up with, and this is really prevalent. We've talked about it in a few other shows. seen some major damage. There was a property up in Whitney Oaks in Rockland, California, prominent gated community, and the house is a monster, 7-bedroom, 5-bath, 5,306 square feet, and it had 13 cats. It had litter boxes nowhere. It had no food anywhere.
Wow.
And they used the house. These cats just reigned supreme for, it must have been 6 months.
Oh my
and
goodness.
in the house without food or litter box. And so I don't know how they survived, but they did. And like I said, I got a little kitty out of it. And ugliest little cat too. I mean, it's so ugly. It's so cute though. But this house was just damaged. You can imagine. Right, 36,000 pounds of debris we had to haul out of this house. It took 8 dumpsters to pull this out, and we had to rip out all the carpets. There was cat damage, pet damage everywhere, and it had to really go to town on this. But you know how much it costs to do all this? It's like $140,000, right? You can't, because it was a divorce. The ex-wife was on stuff, and she was like bipolar and on drugs, and just kind of let it go and let 13 cats handle it. So basically all that happened, and he didn't know the condition of the property. He finally got awarded back the property so he could sell it. When we opened the door, that's what we walked into. So he wasn't expecting to dump 100,000 plus into the property, nor did he have it. So we had to call a company that partnered with us, and they're able to do all the renovations, all the rehab, and stage it, and paint it, and I mean fully repair everything, and provide a full foreman on the job. And we were able to bill that to escrow.
Oh, nice.
And what that means to those that don't know is you pay it at closing. So all that work to be done really kind of has set the stage to help out these people that don't have the money. Mm-hmm. And how many times do you run into that, guys? Jessica, I mean,
every property. I think that's the name of the game. It's service now, pay later.
Yeah.
For people that don't have the funds, and oftentimes when you have to sell your home, you don't have the funds ready to go for whatever's going on in your life. Like Tony had said, it's finding that out. So I think that's where partnering with a team or partnering with a secondary company that can really help you depending on what those needs are. That's where you need to be. And like Tony said, it's finding out what their purpose is, what's going on behind the scenes that we need to jump in and help with. But it comes back to calling a professional so that you're not in this alone wondering, what do I need to fix? What do I need to do? How much will this cost me? Like, we're here. We just come in and handle it. Like, that's the peace of mind I think everybody wants with anything you're doing in life, to have a professional come in, especially without any charge up front, just handle it.
Yeah, I think the key is they're not feeling that financial pain up front.
Yeah.
And being able to pay that through close of escrow. An agent like yourself, like us, we're going to market that property to the max, and condition is equaling purchase price.
Right. No, absolutely.
We can negotiate to help eliminate that cost, even though it's going to come out of the net bottom line with a higher purchase price.
Right. Right.
So
no,
that would be the goal.
Not to be overlooked. Just throwing your house on the market the way that it is on the newspaper with the sign out front is not going to get you top dollar.
No.
Not at all.
No.
No.
Well,
maybe in 2020.
Yeah. 2020. That was a good year. Well, that we talked about the aesthetics and the issues. If you don't have money, there should be no reason why you can't sell your home. Now, here's the next question is, and it's not on the list, but what, there's all these, say you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to dump about $130,000 into the property, but when is enough too much, right? I mean, when is too much? Are you going to do this? Like, is it advisable to dump all this money in a property that you're going to sell? I mean, at what point do you say enough is enough, and where do you stop? Like, because you don't want to over fix the property, right?
I think it depends on the purpose. Like the house that I had mentioned, we looked at that option. I said you could put $35,000 to $45,000 into it, and then I think we could get, maybe 55 to 60 more. But our timeline is going to be affected. We don't know. It's all unknown. We know what market we're in right now.
Yeah.
I don't feel confident about waiting 3 to 4 months. I'd rather go on right now, minimal repairs, and get out. And that was the plan for this family. But I think it really depends on what their needs are. Are they relocating? Do they have to be somewhere in 6 weeks? What timeline are we looking at?
Yeah, that's important.
Super important.
These are important questions. So we're coming up on a break, and I just want to have some faith out there on the market right now. Homes are kind of sitting a little bit, depending on the areas, but we are going to talk about how to sell your home faster on the next segment. So we'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Jessica Couch. When you're buying or selling your next home, work with an experienced team that knows the business, a local team that knows the market, and that has the skill set to take care of every single detail. We will get you top dollar if you're selling, and we'll help negotiate the best deal if you're buying, all without spending $1 out of your own pocket. Work with Pro Mortgage and Realty. At Pro Mortgage and Realty, we cover those out-of-pocket expenses like inspections, appraisal, and help with your closing costs. It's our commitment to make your next real estate transaction easy and stress-free as possible. We're not all about business. At Pro Mortgage and Realty, we've developed deep roots in the community. We've partnered with local nonprofits, and we give back. Come work with the team that's got your back. Call or text today. Jessica Couch of Pro Mortgage and Realty, 916-532-8916. Or visit us at promortgagerealty.com. Work with the pros.
NMLS 351319, DRE 01745667.
Sweet Dreams Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit whose mission is to glorify God by spreading peace, hope, and love to families with medically fragile babies and children. They offer dream bedrooms to children battling life-threatening illnesses, and their Ruse Baby program creates an atmosphere that will lift the spirit of the child, where they can laugh, play, and let their inner light shine. To learn more about the Sweet Dreams Foundation, visit sweet-dreams.org. When you work with Pro Mortgage and Realty, you're supporting the Sweet Dreams Foundation. Partner with Pro Mortgage and Realty today to buy or sell a home and help support the Sweet Dreams Foundation to help more children in our communities. Call or text Jessica Couch of Pro Mortgage and Realty today at 916-532-8916. That's 916-532-8916, or visit promortgagerealty.com. Work with the pros. Pro Mortgage and Realty. NMLS number 351319 and DRE number 01745667.
Welcome back to Real Estate Profits with Purpose. I am your host, Ian Boshoff, co-host here with Jessica Couch and the Shepherd Group.
Hi.
Kim and Tony. These guys are amazing listing agents and purchasing agents. Jessica, top-notch agent, she just runs, in her nickname of her team is the Running Realtors, because that's all she does. She just always is waking up, ready to pummel the village.
Get in contract.
Go.
And the Shepherd Group, you guys do a lot of good things about listing property, and I want to continue to talk about how to sell our home fast and with the max profit. But what are some key things that you do that will help you sell a home? What do you do that separates you from everyone else?
I think our open houses. Our open houses are big.
Got it.
Yeah.
And what do you do with those open houses? How do you do they just plop a sign, say for sale, and say, hey, come on, open house, walk in? What do you do? What do you do differently than most agents?
Well, when I first started, I went to an open house with Tony, and it was so boring. He just offered nothing.
Hey, bottle of water, flyer.
Did you get a cookie?
Maybe cookies I got at the grocery store on the way
He had a
in.
football game on, and it was just, these people were coming in and they were asking all these questions, and I was thinking, gosh, there's got to be more to this. So I just decided, okay, well, I'm going to offer everything up front. So anything that I can give them, like inspection reports or things about the neighborhood, the schools, whatever I could offer and put out for them and make them conversation starters.
Yeah.
Are great. So that's what we do. We give value.
Data.
It started with a cork board, you know, market analysis, school proximities, all the questions that people were asking.
Yeah.
Or they want to ask,
or
but they didn't know if
ask.
they could ask you that.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's what started it. And it spread out. It's a massive production.
Yeah.
We have to take 2 vehicles.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
play
have a lot.
Frogger in the street, so
Yeah.
signage is huge.
We make me and my daughter just made them last night because we have an open house this weekend, but we make little house chocolates for,
Wow.
Yeah.
House chocolates.
Yeah. Just,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. It's really cute. And
Love
she's
it.
just,
Giving value.
Odd.
It's
Yeah.
giving giving value and being different.
Being different.
Yeah. Everyone talks about it. You really need to show people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people think that it's just about trying to get new business, but it's really we're trying to sell the house.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the more questions that they ask and the more information we can give them, the more value we're bringing to prospective buyers. I mean, ultimately, you're there to sell the house. And
Yes.
so,
Absolutely.
And when these buyers come in and they see the type of open house that we do provide, they give a second thought of who they're using for their agent, because I don't know how many times that I've said, okay, well, are you committed to your agent? Come my way.
Yeah.
And they have, because they can see like we put effort into selling your home.
Yeah. I think the big piece is the competition. When buyers walk in and there's 3 other different groups walking around, it creates that level of we need to get off the fence fast on this
absolutely.
one.
That's another reason you need to do open houses.
Absolutely.
So I think it's just an underrated use of our time. We're not making anything from being there. Our job is to sell the home. We're only paid on the back end of making sure it all happens while we're working for free, which there's not a lot of industries. You get free service up front. You pay later. So I think that's a really big point, that you're there putting in all of this effort to make sure that home sells, even though everyone coming in has an agent. You're answering all the questions for their agent that sometimes often not with them on a Saturday or a Sunday. You're there promoting everything and answering all their questions and helping them so that their agent can get paid when they come to close escrow.
Yeah, and there's a lot of times agents come in and they see the open house and they're taking pictures of exactly how we're doing it, so that
copycats.
That's okay.
We love it.
We love it. It's a hugest
Form of
compliment for
flattery.
us.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's right. You're true players in the game.
I think that is a really good piece of this. When you're a good agent like Kim and Tony are, there are no secrets. You're like, here's how we do it, and we are just able to share that with everybody because we live in this abundance mindset of we're able to give back more. The more we do, the more volume. You guys have a really big team. You're well known in the area. I think that really speaks to who you are and your character. That you're able to go help other agents and help people in the neighborhood. You're like, we're here to help. We're not out for the money. We're out for like true volume and helping everybody. And that really speaks volumes about who you are and your team.
Thank you.
And it's a tribe too.
Yes, it is.
They have a big team, and what's beneficial about a team versus one agent or Opendoor, you've got 6 to 7 people having that open house and trying to sell your property, putting in like 12, 13 signs around the streets.
20, you said?
20, 30?
With 12-foot flags, 5 of them.
Yep.
To be specific.
That speaks to another piece as well. How often have you called a listing agent where you're going to write an offer, you have questions about what's going on, and you can't get a hold of somebody? Right. On either of our teams, like you call, if I'm not available, you're going to catch somebody. Right. We have questions. If you have questions, we have answers. No one is going to be left hanging and not knowing what's happening.
Yeah. Former broker of mine, good buddy, was upset because I would always educate the competition. Why are you sharing this? Why are you doing this? There's a missing element. Yeah. We're all in this together.
Yes.
You would try to accomplish the same goal.
Right.
That's right.
And we do try to make it a win, or the feeling of, for all sides.
Totally agree. I think this is why we like the giving back with purpose. Like, and no one cares about your new Mercedes and your trip to Hawaii. Shut it down. We are here to give back. We have a purpose. We give back to Sweet Dreams and to Underground Railroad. We are giving back to our clients at a really big level. We're giving to agents and those in the neighborhood with all of your information. I think it's really important when I go to work with a professional. I not only want a good value. That's like key. I want somebody who's giving back, who lives the same sort of values, that's giving back at that level. That's important to me.
Sweet Dreams. Let's talk about that real quick, because I know we don't have a lot of time and we have a few listings that we want to talk about.
Oh, yeah, we want to get those.
But sweetdreams.org, real quick, 10-second overview, the most amazing foundation up here. Tell us about it, Jessica.
Dream bedrooms for children battling life-threatening illness. We also have a fundraiser coming up. It'll be all over our social. It's on October 28th. We're going to meet at the Panda Express, one of our really big supporters. They're doing big things for Sweet Dreams and for our company altogether. We'll meet there at 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Anything that you purchase, 20% will go back to Sweet Dreams with the code. So look for that.
That is what location of Panda and
Folsom.
when again?
Right by Folsom High, right across the street on Iron Point and Prairie City. Good food. We're calling it food, friends, and fellowship. So we'd love to see you guys come meet us.
Yeah.
It's a great time. Like, come eat chow mein, hang out with us.
Scream out,
see
Jessica.
Kim's cool hair. Like, you're going to want to be here.
That's you both have the colored hair. I love this.
I know. Kim's really rocking this
hair.
one. I think she's taking it.
How do they get a hold of you, Jessica, if they want to be a part of this?
916-532-8916. And if you're a company out there that wants to partner with us, we have so many ways without a dollar out of your pocket or any effort that you can partner with us, and we can help promote you with our with the radio, with our social, with all the things we're doing to give back.
Amazing. Okay. Listing. I'm going to ask real quick, Tony Shepherd, you have listings coming up, correct?
Yes,
We do.
Okay. Tell me about where they are at, how much they are, and when the open house is.
So we just listed this one today. It's 9388 Broxton Avenue in Elk Grove. It's one of those Lennar Next Gen. It's amazing. This seller was a contractor, so every upgrade that he did to his home is like dynamite. It's so perfect.
Okay.
So it's 984, 900. We're going to have an open house on tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Friday too.
Friday too.
1 to 5 Friday, 10 to 5 on Saturday, 12 to 4 on Sunday.
Under $1 million. How many bedrooms and bathrooms?
It is 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath.
Okay.
So this is the one with that next gen.
Yeah. These are hot houses.
Yes.
Built-in pool.
Yeah. Pebble Tech.
$15,000 pool cover.
This is the check all the box
Wow.
house.
This is a beautiful
Yes.
home.
Awesome.
Yep.
And so how do they get a hold of you? They want to see this property?
You can reach me at 209-345-1716.
All right. Jessica, you have listing?
Yes, we do. We have 300 Hermosa Avenue coming up in Vallejo. It'll be on the market today. We're doing an open house this weekend. You can call direct. The real benefit to this property is 10,000 square foot lot, room for an ADU in the back.
Yahtzee.
So if you're not throwing a ADU in there, you're really missing the golden opportunity. We have a Sun City Lincoln house coming up in about a week and an estate sale. If you love fake flowers, I've got a deal for you. So I would love to see everybody at the estate sale as well. So if you're looking for fake flowers or a property to accommodate your ADU, I would like to speak with you. 916-532-8916.
Fake flowers. I grew up on fake flowers. I swear.
I've got so many
You know
books,
how many
so
times
many
I had to
fake
go to
flowers.
Michael's as a kid? I'd sit there in the car so angry. My mom, give me $5. Chuck E. Cheese is next door. I'll be back.
Just as a kid, though.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh, see, yeah. No, I don't do that. I'm sorry.
You're lucky.
You're a good man.
Wow.
You're good. That's what, but the ADU, I want to touch on that.
Yeah.
We only have just a couple minutes left. The ADU is phenomenal idea. And how much is that house in Vallejo?
We are listed at $475,000. I do have some room for concessions. Of course, we did all of our inspections up front, so you know what you're walking into. They spent a good amount of money on gravel, landscaping, bulldozing, leveling, pulling out trees,
Wow.
a ginormous
That's all usable lot
gate.
too, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the
Okay.
lot is hot, for sure.
Under 500,000 on a
Under
10,000
five.
square
Yep.
foot lot. You got it in Vallejo, number 6 in the California.
True, number
Right.
6.
And
yes.
then we can do renovation loans to build that ADU or a 203K to build that ADU and build that into the financing. You can give us a call at 916-872-7177 if you'd like more information, or log on to promortgagerealty.com. And again, I really want to emphasize how amazing you guys are, and we've got a lot of team members, a part of the Shepherd Group, and so blessed to have you guys. And lastly, I just want to plug in your email. Do you have an email or a website that they can go to if they want to touch base with you?
Yeah, you can reach us at Kimberly@shepgroup.re.com.
Kimberly at shepgroupreE.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Or Anthony at shepgroupreE.com.
All right. And Jessica, lastly, you're always a blast to be on the radio.
Yeah, just text me. You don't need a website.
Okay,
just text me, 916-532-8916.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to the Real Estate Profits with Purpose. I really appreciate everyone out there. And again, anything derived from the show, 10% of the profits go towards the Sweet Dreams Foundation. They build dream bedrooms for kids with terminal disease. And we'll see you next week. We appreciate your time listening to us, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for having us.
See you soon.